Right now, yes.
Yes, you can see my screen. Good. I will open the first class document about the topic 1, Delphi Fundamentals. Good. We follow this material to help to study the topics. And welcome, Satsan. I will send the message for the group again. Just please go to. I will share this group for my friend here. Just a minute, please. And we we will start now. And we have the introduction to this class, and we'll talk about Delphi. Delphi is versatile, object-oriented, and event-driven programming language designed for rapid application development. And RAD, we know that combines power of Object Pascal with a robust visual environment to create applications for Windows, macOS, iOS, Android, and Linux. And it is a great thing about the fact that we can create apps not only for Windows, but with any others operating systems like macOS, iOS, Android, Linux. Yes, a deep understanding of the five fundamentals is essential for developing efficient and scalable applications. And this topic is we talk about the five fundamentals. And in the exam of the Delphi developer, we have some 2 or 3 questions about this topic, Delphi fundamentals. And we know that it's the most easy part of the exam because we're talking about the basics, and the basics is the more easy thing to learn, and but we need to understand very well. It's need to be automatically uh, in our mind when we ask about Delphi basics. For example, what's Delphi? Delphi is an integrated development environment, IDE, for desktop, mobile, and server applications. It leverages Object Pascal to provide powerful features. And we know that Delphi is a very powerful tool, and that the reason of the big success of this tool in all the world, and Brazil, USA, and another others and other countries like and Europe and many countries of the world use Delphi to create applications. And we have some characteristics of Delphi that, like red, we can create application very fast, easy, very fast mode. We work with this visual design tools, like you can just put a component, we can create forms, we have VCM, FMX, and we can create It's very easy to create, and it's very fast to create applications we use using Delphi. Another characteristics of Delphi is strongly typed language, and it's variables in Delphi. We need to we use typed variables. So if you need to save your data for string data, you need to you have a type string, we have integer, we have date time, and many others, variant and various, char and pchar and another boolean and double currency. It's third the language more secure. We reduce runtime errors. Another characteristics of Delphi, very good Delphi characteristics of Delphi is OOP and object-oriented programming. We can work with it's a very good characteristics, and you can work with encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphisms, and morphisms, and others. Cross it's turned the system very good to maintain using OOP. And another good thing about DeFi is that the cross-platform development, the same code to multiple platforms, and we can create and like I have experience using Delphi to create apps for Android and iOS, and I have just one code, basically one form, one project, and I just need to change an option in my Delphi project. Just I can compile and generate Android and iOS apps very easy. I don't need to have two projects separated and with interesting characteristics, and it, I love this function, cross-platform development. And we need to go to 2.2 topic, program structure in Delphi. Delphi program is, we can have some one question about this topic in the certification exam. A typical Delphi program includes program declaration to define the entry point. I use the clause to import libraries and models. It begin, it ends to enclose the main execution block. So we can see a program, simple program in the file, a console program. We don't have forms here in this program. The program is called hello world. Use system sysutils, units, libs from VCL, from the file, and begin end, and just one line. And this line is write ln hello world. We have a simple program, console program, that we just see a test hello world. And we have a little explanation about this. Like I said before, program declares the program names. So the program name is hello world. We import the system point system sysutils unit for system utils. These sysutils, we know that these sysutils units have the code for write ln, that is a function for writing console and Windows console. And begin end marks the start and the end of the executable code. Okay, and basically about the file, Pascal, we have begin end. Write ln output test to console. I have said before, is a function from that we have this function working from Pascal, the old Pascal language we have. this function available in Delphi language? No. Now we can go to the 2.3. We have the topic variables and data types. Delphi supports multi-type data types, including simple types. It's very important that we need to take care about this topic because it's a very important topic. Simple types are the most simple: integer, boolean, char, real, double, uh, and we have string types. String types: short string, end string, wide string, Unicode string. And Delphi, I'm using now the Delphi 12, but we have 13 versions available now. But you have that kinds of string, the subtypes of string types. You have also the structured types, arrays, records, and pointer types, reference to memory locations. You have object types, that was the classes and interfaces. And we have a detail here because you have a great question. Delphi string variables types are involved over time to handle different encode models, memory management, and compatibility. That's the reason, because you have many types of string types, many kinds of string types. And here's we can we have now in the follow next part a table showing the difference. Have a list of the difference between short strings, end strings, and wide strings. Short strings is it's the oldest version of string type. It's a fixed length string that the maximum size of this kind of string is 255 characters. The first byte indicates the length of the string, length of the byte of position 0, stored as 1 byte per character. NC encode for very important, no Unicode support. So if you have a content string that you have Unicode, we cannot use short strings. Don't forget, and do not use heap location, and about memory locations. Legacy string types used mostly in Turbo Pascal and early Delphi versions for allow memory embedded use. So this kind of variables is used mostly in Delphi early versions, but in the most actual version is not recommended to use. The big advantage is first for small fixed size strings, so dynamic allocation. So if you have little strings, small strings, the big disadvantage logic that you are limited to 255 characters and no Unicode supports. Example, var es short string. And string, it's more modern string, and it's a dynamic length, so its dynamic length is not only just one size. And we have as managed type, automatically allocated in the reference counters, used extensively until the Delphi 2009, and until we used ANSI string and in the most part of Delphi versions until Delphi 2009. It's not Unicode, so don't support Unicode and string. So it's a problem for internalization of the applications. And we have the advantage, like I said before, dynamic length. and is more efficient than wide string in some Windows APIs before Unicode error. So, and disadvantage. We have encode independent system code page cause errors with no ASCII characters, deprecated in favor of Unicode string in modern Delphi. And you can use Unicode string in more than the best way to use, the best recommended kind Unicode string. ANSI string, you can declare any kind of string variable like ANSI string. And then we have wide string, that's more complete, the most powerful kind of string type. Dynamic length string of UTF-16 code 2 bytes per characters. Primarily used for COM interop and Windows API. So if you need to work with strings, work with API and some COM interop operations, you use wide string variables and managed by Windows only, OLA, not Delphi reference count. Supports full Unicode. The advantage Unicode supports, like I said before, con safe use BSTR format. The disadvantage is lower than Unicode string, that the string in modern Delphi, because it's not a reference counted by Delphi itself. It's managed by Windows. High memory consumption, 2 bytes per characters. We can call this kind of wide string. And in Delphi modern versions, up to Delphi 2009, and the versions we use string, and when you declare a string, the variable, and in the behind sense, we truly using Unicode string, UTF-16 reference counted dynamic is the best of the best kind of string type, fully Unicode compliant, should be preferred for general use unless specifically needed ANSI string for legacy files or wide string for COM. That's we need to have preference to use string normally in the file. The recent versions after 2009, the 2009. And we have a little table with a quick comparison table. Just we don't read, but we can have this comparison table. Don't forget that in the end of this class, I will send this material as PDF files, and you can review this material. You have access to this class. We will now record in this class. After some days, I will edit the video recorded and will turn available in the platform for you can review this video and all the others that you will have in the future. The 11 total is 12 videos will be, and we have summary recommendation. It's very important topic here. This summary recommendation use string, Unicode string for most modern Delphi projects. And my projects, modern projects, I normally use string and kind of the type of variable string. You can use wide string only when we're dealing with objects or legacy APIs. And use ANSI string for reading, writing, legacy ANSI encoded files or systems. And short strings is very specific low-level tasks for legacy compatibility. I don't remember using short strings recently. And prefect, and we have some code examples demonstrate the behavior, memory handling, and Unicode behavior for each the 5 string types. And it's example for short string example. It's a little example, and as you can see, a simple program. Is a very the context is hello world as declared the variable s was declared as short string, and the short string we have the two functions show message to show the content of short strings and the length of short string variable. We can do that. I will show here. I will try to run this first example here in Modify just to see the results. Is a good thing to just we can test. I will copy just this part of the content and I will paste in my Delphi and we look to see the results. And just a minute, the file is loading. Good, almost loaded. Good. We have a blank form. I will put just a button here that we can use this button event, click event to see the result. I will click on the button. If I create the show the event click, and now I will paste the code. I will run the application, and I will test. We have the first show message, the string hello world, and we have the size 12 size of string. Like we can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. I have 12. That's the size of this string. And we have some chip. If I try to save contents of 300 characters, like string of char of a char, we have a compile string error, string constant too long. We try to demonstrate this in Delphi. Let's go. I will try to demonstrate that. I'll comment the first. I will run. Let's go to see if Delphi show this error. Yes. Have Dutch warning, not a real log. Good. Because we have potential data loss because we working with short string. It's an entire string that the compiler showed the possible errors that we have. It's not an error, but just a compile warning here in the newer versions of the file. We have answer string example. It's a very simple example. We have a word called café, that in Portuguese meaning coffee. In Portuguese we call café, and the last letter is we have it's not a common letter. We have another kind that have not displayed correctly independent of system code page. Good. I will try to run this example here, and I'll paste here. And I will test this example now. We have a second example. I just cut at the end comment here. Now we have cafe answer string 4 is the length. The labels 4 good. We have 4 letters. And if you change Windows code page, example to China, special characters may break is, and I think that with is affected by Windows code page. Good. My Windows was in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese. If you have another language you don't work cafe, we can be sure in the screen. Correct in the China's Windows. Wide string example. It's in this example is similar example, just showing this code. I will remember that I will share this document so you can test in your computer. Unicode strings, the same thing that you have some codes, special code like this bracket here, and Unicode string. And we have a memory behavior example. Have A, the word hello, and B, receive the content of A. Both point to the same memory, we're using reference count. You can show A and B. And we have another example that we use words. Now A detach component right, copy on right, and show message A, and show A and B. We try to run this now here. I will copy again. I will run this example. And you use string kind. Let's go to try show messages. Good. Hello. Hello. Good. First part. Hello. Hello. After change A, we have words. Hello. Good. We have the received words. So it's correct to show A word and B hello. Good. And can continue here. Neatly is explaining that we need A, B, and share B share memory. When A is modified, just clones for the string for A. Copy and write. That's the reason that because that when we can see the changed string in the second part. This apply to string and string, not apply to wide string. You can do that with a wide string. Unicode caution example, surrogate pairs is another example. Good. You can test in your PC before, after the class. We can have key takeaways from code examples. Short string is limited, fast lagged. And string is dynamic, not Unicode safe. Eu tô terminando, falta 5 minutos só no terminador, por favor. Eu já tô fechando. Já tô fechando aqui. Que eu tô gravando aqui. We have a bonus tip here. Good. And we have some, the next part is variable declaration. We have var, age, kind of integer, name, string, is active, boolean, and we have some samples of content of these variables. Age 30, name John, is active, receive true, and the file will always use 2 point equal together to have the to receive a content. And explaining this, we have var introduce variable declarations to point equal is assignment operator, and type inference allows automatic type detection. And now we go to procedures and functions. Is a very important part of this Delphi Fundamentals studies, because we always work in Delphi systems with Delphi and functions, procedures and functions. Procedures and functions encapsulate reusable code. So if you have a code that you need to use in many other units, many other parts of your system, you need to work with procedures and functions. You can create your own library to don't repeat the code. It's more easy to maintain the code. Procedures perform tasks without returning values. That's the big difference. But don't forget, and for procedures to functions. Procedures, we don't have a returning values, but while functions we have a return, we need to have a we need to return a value. That's very important. And we have a sample procedure example, a procedure example, procedure show message and begin write ln hello from procedure. A very simple procedure example. And we have a function example, and we have a function add numbers. It's a very simple function to add two numbers, and the result is passed to the function. And we have results receives A and more B. The A and B was the two parameters, integer parameters, and the result was an integer. Okay. A procedure declares a subroutine. Function declares a function that returns a value using results. You don't forget that we need always the keyword result in a function to get the result of the function. We can have many calculations and another procedure here for, but the final was saved in the result. And the arguments are passed by value by default. Remember that you can use var or out to pass the parameters by the arguments by reference. Don't forget. Control structures. The third topic is control structures. In Delphi Fundamentals, we need to work with control structures. We have the first is conditional statements. The most used every developer, Delphi developer need to use if in any occasion. The if can control the flow of the execution based on conditions. The sample if age is greater than 28 and 18, then write alien adults. Else in Brazil, the major to a person will be considered adult, we need to have more. We have to build more, not more, more, and greater or equal than to 18 years old. And less than 18, we is considered minor here in Brazil. We can not be arrested on other things. So we have another. We can use if with nested, like the sample, two conditions, and else, and another if after else, but it's not recommended that we use much so many ifs nested. If it nested because it is very hard to maintain the code, we have had hard to maintain this entire thing. Um, Loop structures, we can use the for. For is a loop structure, and you can use to repeat the task efficiently. You can use the two structures for loop, for and while loop. The for is good when you know the how many steps you need for this sample 1 to 5, and while loop we have a condition to break the loop, to exit the loop, and for this kind is age. Uh, and repeat loop you can use the repeat that's like the while, but the in the repeat you show that's one time once need to run the procedure, and while when using while you have you can, if the conditional was negative, it's false, you don't execute any times anymore. And this way we can finish this Delphi fundamentals part, topics and material. We will try to answer some questions now, and I will read this multi choice questions. And remember that in the Delphi developer exam, we will need to multi choice questions. We will have many 60 questions in the total, and about many topics. Delphi fundamentals is one of this topic, 2 or 3 questions about this topic. And I think that you cannot make choose wrong, because it's the most easy part. Just need to have attention and need to have be calm, need to have concentration about that. And what does the use clause do in the Delphi program? Declares variables, specifies included modules, defines the program names, or marks the program's entry points. Very easy question. B is the answer. And I will change the color here. Where's the color? Just need good. So you try. And the explanation is that the use clause in the file is used to import libraries, units, and modules. Don't forget that use is just for this. Contain functions, procedures, and variables needed in the program. For example, use system sysutils, import the system utils. Value use. So that's the function of the uses word in the file. This allows the program to access code from other units. And that's the concept. Remember, friend, that we always need to learn the concepts of the commands, the word, the concept is very important, because the enzyme is based on a content on theory, not practical. Because so you can be a very good developer, but to work with Delphi, we need to be a very we need to learn the concepts. We need to have this in your mind. It does not declare variables. Logic. Define the program name, not program do that, and make the entry point begins and do that. That's the explanation about the answer is B answer. Question 2, advanced string handling. And remember that the Delphi exam, we can have a question like that and make like that. What's the output of the following Delphi codes? Good. Is we have a string. Good. Not wide string, not length string, not short string. So that we know that, remember that if you can declare a string and the behind send, we're working with a Unicode string here. Good. So we can show the rocket emoji. And the question 3, advanced and parameter passing is interesting. The Delphi codes, we have a modify values, we have a procedure, but the arguments are passed by parameter passing. We're using var, we're using constant, and we use out. And we have a simple program here to show that we have a compare error here. We have another example, ABC integer. We have A value 5, B value 3, C value 0. You call it the modify values ABC function and show the result of A, B, C. And we can test, and we have the correct questions was the AG 3, 13. Look, we can run this in Delphi and your PC to test, to confirm, and have explanation about how it works. We have another question for what's the output of the following code? X is 5 value, X and let's put 2 times, I have 5, 2 times we have the question. And I think that the correct answer was the A option. I have 5. And question 5. Are you turn, because we have with my Google Meet time is what's in the end. I will put to my last question here. And what the following is valid floating point data type in the file: integer, double, boolean, char, and floating points. It's very easy question because floating point that type is the only possible type was double. Integer no, don't work. Boolean never, char never. And we have single, double, extended double to work with float point data. 15-dish precision. And it's very interesting. Then to conclude this class, understand the core fundamentals is very important. It's crucial for building efficient application. You need to have in your mind the concepts of data types, procedure, functions, and control structures, friends. And these basic concepts I've oriented you to explore the official documentation. We can work with Delphi, and we can click here, Delphi help, main help. You can have all the tutorials, all the concepts. We have many concepts using the Delphi documentation to help. But I will try to send another material that we have here to help you to study to the Delphi developer exam. Okay, I think that I will now stop my screen. and